From day one, we believed in enhancing humans, not replacing them. The moment nuance or emotion is involved, you need a human.
Today we're joined by Florian Boret, serial entrepreneur and founder of Achille AI. He's here to share how AI-powered support and super agent humans are revolutionizing customer experience.
Do you think AI will ever replace support agents?
AI will replace some agents, specifically those who only do repetitive tasks and don't add real value. But for the best agents, AI becomes a superpower.
How big is the customer support industry?
It's massive and it's growing fast. This year, when you combine BPOs, contact center, and sales software, the market already exceeds around $650 billion. By 2030, it should exceed $1 trillion.
What is currently missing in the customer support industry?
I would say three things mainly. First,
hi everyone, and welcome on Founders by Earleads, the first podcast interviewing startup founders currently building products to go from 0 to 1 in their industry. Today, we have with us Florian Boret, the founder of Achilles.ai. Florian, the floor is yours. Present yourself.
Thank you, Otman. I'm delighted to be here. My name is Florian Boret, and I would describe myself as a repeat entrepreneur who is passionate about building things from scratch and learning by doing. My current venture is Achille.ai, and we are on a mission to transform every customer interaction into an extraordinary experience.
Amazing. I did dig a bit deeper into your experience, what you've accomplished in the past. And one of the things I was very curious about is I saw that you were influenced by American culture, especially Stanford and Y Combinator. And I'd love to know, how did those experiences shape the founder that you are today? What did you learn from those experiences?
Yeah, when I took part in the Stanford and Y Combinator online courses back in 2014, it was truly eye-opening. I had already made a startup and made all the classic rookie mistakes. And what stood out for me was how counterintuitive some of the advices were. I remember reading Paul Graham's essay, Do Things That Don't Scale, and I was thinking, wow, I've been doing the exact opposite. Coming from consulting, I tried to scale everything from day one, and so it taught me it taught me to focus on real problems, on talk to users constantly, and build things manually at first, all of which shaped how I work today.
Well, that's amazing to hear, because a lot of founders today, when they try to build something, they don't always go into the roots of it, which is trying to do the process themselves from zero and then eventually trying to scale. They try to scale from the beginning. And it's great that you had this learning from the US. Now let me ask you a question about some learnings you had in France. I saw that you were part of the equivalent of Y Combinator in France, which was The Family, and you also took part to Le Wagon. What lessons did you learn there, and can you share with us more these experiences?
Yeah, of course. Le Wagon was crucial because it helped me gain all the technical foundations. I learned how to code, not to become a developer, but you learn how HTML, CSS, JavaScript, SQL, the model view controller, MVC, and what is a get, what is a post. Anyway, how the web functions. And it gave me the confidence to manage tech teams. Okay, so it was really a really nice experience. And at the time, Le Wagon was hosted in the family's office, which allowed me to meet a lot of European founders and the startup philosophies, and a lot of YC's content. You could find it in the families.
Okay, well, one thing that I know, and I think people should also know about you, is that you did build multiple companies before this one. So can you share with us your founder journey? What did you build in the past? What were some of the learnings of those companies, and how especially this influenced and shaped the vision you have for Achilles?
Yeah, of course. So my first startup was called WeHome. It was a platform that allowed people, whether they knew each other or not, to buy secondary home together. So it was really ambitious, but it didn't take off. I experienced what it truly means product market fit at the time. After WeHome, it was Wedoogift, digital gift card platform. At the time, most gift cards were physical and couldn't be used online. So it was quite frustrating for the brands and for the users. So we solved that by creating a digital gift card that could be used either online or directly in retail stores. So the value proposition for B2C was anytime, anywhere. On the B2B side, our innovation was around expired gift cards. A lot of companies were losing a lot of money on unspent gift cards. Not all the companies, because the issuers were winning a lot of money on this. So what we did is we offered refund for expired gift cards. So we turned a pain point into a loyalty booster. And this company grew quite fast and became a leader in France and was acquired by Sodexo in 2021. My last company, Achille.ai, is really the synthesis of everything I learned along the way, especially how to combine tech with ops and with customer obsession to build something valuable.
Well, there is something very interesting in your journey, and I think people should really give some attention to these details, is how each of the previous experiences shape the one you are currently building now. And you said something about a mistake you made with WeHome, and let's dig a bit deeper here. What was that mistake, and what did it teach you about entrepreneurship and how to build a successful company?
It's a very common mistake. The mistake was building something that people didn't truly need. I thought the idea was clever. I thought when you buy the owner of a secondary house, it just goes 30 days a year. So the house is empty 330 days a year. So I think it was really a good idea. But people were not actively asking for it. I learned the hard way that it's not about how innovative your idea is, but it's about solving a real burning problem. And I remember in the YC when Sam Altman was, I think, the president of Y Combinator, he had this T-shirt, "Make something people want." And I think you have to experience it once.
Well, talking about T-shirts, today we have a T-shirt about Achilles.ai with AI plus human equals fire. So can you share with us a bit more about what is Achilles, what you are building, and what is the value proposition?
Yeah, of course. Achille.ai is a hybrid customer support solution platform. We help e-commerce brands deliver exceptional customer service by combining AI, generative AI, with real human expertise. The AI drafts or automates replies, and the humans validate, personalize, and escalate if needed. It's about speed, accuracy, and brand tone. We are not just a set of tools, we operate the service end to end.
Well, that's super interesting because I saw dozens of companies, if not 100, go after this market, specifically like the customer support. So I'd love to get a bit of your thoughts about how big this market is.
It's massive. It's growing fast. When you take different segments, when you take BPOs, so outsourcing, when you take a contact center, CRM or sales software, the market already reached more than $650 billion in 2025. By 2030, it should exceed $1 trillion. So it's a really amazing market, and it's a colossal space. And Achille is designed to be at the intersection of all these segments.
Okay, and so if this market is so big and there's so many players in it, what is missing then?
I would say three things mainly. First, too many CRMs, help desks, are overloaded with features and very hard to use, first of all. Second, traditional BPOs haven't kept up with tech. They are often under-equipped and rigid. And third, you don't have a true AI-first operator who blends technology with the service expertise. Okay, so I remember Alan Kay. He used to say, the best way to predict the future is to invent it, and that's exactly what we're building. We are building a modern, tech-enabled partner who can actually run your support and deliver a better customer experience.
Okay, well, digging still a bit deeper into this industry, you told us now how big is the industry, what is missing in the industry. Now I want to know why you are the right fit and the right person to go after it.
Yeah, of course. Because I've been obsessed with customer service since day one. In every company I built, from WeHome to Wedoogift, or the one I joined, CoinShares and Swiley, I made support a strategic function, not a cost center. As a matter of fact, I can't help thinking that great customer support is a key driver of loyalty, retention, and ultimately growth. In all my companies, I've always tried to make everyone in the company, be a part of the customer support experience and make customer support so that everyone would try to turn every customer interaction into an extraordinary experience and to enhance the product and to enhance and to understand exactly what's happening with our customers to try to solve the problem at the roots.
Okay, well then I'd love to hear maybe a customer story of how your approach at Achille, combining the AI plus human, made them succeed in supporting their own customers.
Yeah, definitely. I have many examples, but I would take one, like Merci Handy. It's a cosmetic French brand, Merci Handy. The tone of voice is really unique, very playful, whimsical, very brand-driven. Before Achille, the support team spent a lot of time crafting on-brand replies, which was super time consuming. With us, they now get high-quality draft replies, and that are already aligned with their tone, and they just review it, they just tweak it maybe sometime and send it, or even automate when they are really confident. So it saves time and keeps their brand personality alive in every interaction.
Well then, if you are able to achieve this kind of results, I mean, you must have something specific, a specific feature, a specific part of your product that makes it possible. What is it?
Yeah, it's clearly our hybrid model, our hybrid approach. We are not just a SaaS tool. We're not a traditional outsourcing company either. We are an AI-first operator. That means our platform is designed from the ground up to integrate generative AI with real human support. The AI handles speed, consistency, and learnings as well. And humans handle nuance, tone, and empathy. Together, we deliver support that's really fast, cost-effective, and brand perfect.
Let's lean then a bit deeper into the actual category you are going after. The example you shared about the customer success is an e-com merchant. And so I'd love to know why launch with e-com merchant first, because your previous startups and companies were more into the you're building apps, you're building solutions for companies, and now you are building those. You are building Achille for e-com merchants. So why did you decide to go for e-com first, and maybe what are some of the other verticals that could be could enjoy using your solution?
Yeah, great question. E-commerce was the perfect starting because it's high volume, it's tech savvy, and it's data rich. These brands already understand the importance of sales and automation. Plus, our platform integrates seamlessly with the stores, so we can put in order data, shipping status, product info, and instantly generate smart and smart and personalized replies.
Okay.
But if e-commerce, it's just a wedge. We are already looking at other verticals like travel, like fintech, like digital health. Anywhere support volume is high and experience matters.
It's super interesting because you're going after one of the industry where there is so much different industries inside of the customer support. Like you could target nearly anything. Travel, you mentioned e-com, even SaaS companies, anyone could actually need your solution. And what I'm thinking about here is the quality of the people you need to hire to support you in this journey. And I know that you have already hired a bunch of people in your team. So what are you exactly looking for? What are maybe some of the qualities you look for when you hire these guys?
Yeah. The first is, like Brian Chesky used to say, missionary over mercenary. I only want to work with people who really believe, like I do, that exceptional customer service drives real growth. That's very important to be a missionary, to
care about the customers.
Exactly. The second would be customer obsession. Every brand is unique, and support is never one size fits all. We needed people who treat every interaction as it matters, because it does. And the third would be positivity and kindness, because startups are hard. It's really hard. And you want people who bring good energy, who lift others up, and who make the journey like enjoyable.
I completely relate, and I think these are actually criteria any startup should look for. But unfortunately, not everyone is aware of that. And I think that your previous experiences also help you understand what should hire and how you should hire these people. Now let's talk a bit more about the actual support. Like how do you ensure that your product meets the standard needed by your customers? And here I want to know what are maybe some of the support metrics you track to ensure that you are building the right product for the right people and ensure that they are indeed succeeding in supporting their customer.
You are talking about the metrics?
Yeah.
Okay. The metrics, there are many we are monitoring. I would say first is CSAT, customer satisfaction score, and then you have first response time. You are resolution. We have the resolution time. We have the NPS, of course. Depending on the industry, the goals, the objectives will change. But we are very ambitious on these KPIs.
Okay. Following these KPIs, what is maybe one of the case study where one of your clients has been able to get a crazy ROI out of it and they could actually do the math on it?
Yeah, actually, I would say every client we work with sees ROI.
Typical founder answer?
No, for sure. Because for some clients, it's time saved. So the agents handle fewer tickets. For others, it's higher CSAT and fewer repeat contacts. So in some cases, it's increased sales from better support. So they make more money with us, and I would say effectively it's typical founders reply, but the ROI is incredible.
Yeah, well, that's for sure. And I think that overall today with agents, agenting flows, how AI is used, having a human in the loop is so important to ensure that the quality is high. And I don't know if this was the initial positioning you had, but I'd love to know maybe one of the tough moments building Achille where you kind of reaffirmed that AI plus human was the right approach.
From day one, I don't know. What's the toughest moment? Yeah. There is one big crisis. It's more like day-to-day grind, fundraising while building, hiring under pressure, blending, like managing tech and sales and with growth and with technical depths and a lot of subjects, of course. But I would say it's constant tension to find the product market fit. And what helps is the mission. When you really believe in your mission, and from all my past experience, I would say I'm really mission driven. Like in all my past experience, I noticed customer support was key. And our mission is to, as I told you, to transform every customer interaction into an extraordinary experience. And I know this mission cannot fail. So I would say our mission and believe in our mission.
That's super important, especially in the AI ecosystem, because there's a lot of noise and there's a lot of news, and you continuously need to improve your product, adopt new models, ensure your own clients succeed in your offer and what you offer them. And so based on everything you saw so far, what could be maybe one mistakes early AI startup founders are making, and how could they maybe avoid it?
Yeah, we see that clearly. Many AI founders, I think they go to market too early. Before they really nailed product market fit. So they launch a shiny AI tool that looks great, but it doesn't solve a real recurring problem. So then they face high churn, they burn trust. So my advice would be to slow down, to get feedback, to talk to users constantly, to real users. And as a matter of fact, that's why we created Achilles Hub, to gather constant field feedback before pushing features to full automation, for instance.
Looking back at your exits before, like you sold companies before, what are maybe 3 lessons? Because you weren't building really on AI at that time. It wasn't yet the hype around AI. What could be some of the lessons you learned from those previous exits?
I would say what's really important when you are building a startup is, of course, growth. Growth is key. But it's, I would say, having people love your product. When you have people loving your product and telling you, I couldn't do without it, you know you have something, and you know a lot of companies will be interested in your product, in your customers, and in your tech. That's the best advice I would give. And I don't know if it's one of Airbnb co-founders, but or Paul Graham that said, it's better to have a few users love you rather than a lot ambivalent. So that's what I would say.
Okay, that's crystal clear and super valuable. I want to ask you now some questions about some things I've researched on the industry. One of them is, we've seen cases like Klarna replacing hundreds of customer support roles with AI, and then they rehired humans when quality dipped. So what's maybe your playbook at Achilles.ai to not overly automate things and ensure that you keep the standards as high as possible without having to cut corners?
Yeah. Klarna's story really validated our approach. That's crazy how it has validated our approach. From day one, we have believed in enhancing human, not replacing them. Full automation, that sounds nice, but it won't work for many, many years yet. We think AI plus human is the perfect combination because we may automate on matters that are with high volume and where automation really works, but we think we enhance with human and we bring AI to the human and we bring the human to the AI because the AI is learning on every ticket. So that's the combination, and I think Klarna's stories validated our approach clearly.
Well, I think your approach makes also sense with another thing that's happening in the industry, and that's a question for you. A lot of companies who started integrating AI, 100% AI for their customer support, saw that AI started hallucinating on the answers it gave to customers. So how does Achille's AI solution today, is it like only the human that is the safeguard and ensure that there is no hallucination, or is there something else?
Yeah. We have been building Achille.ai with a human in the loop approach from day one. Okay. So our AI drafts or automate when it's really confident, but if there is any doubt, a human takes over. That's as simple as that. So I would say, sorry.
That's fine. That's fine. Well, one thing that I was thinking about here about the actual approach, human and AI, it's that AI needs a lot of training to actually be able to give answers, like qualitative answers, and it needs to be trained by humans. We need to have the human in the loop. We need to have the human that verifies the outputs, that rates the output, so that ultimately we kind of reach a stage where AI can support. And so talking about the future and the outlook of this industry, how will the balance between automation and human support shift over the next 5 years? Like if we took a leap in the future, what do you think the customer support industry would look like?
Yeah. AI will definitely take on more, but not everything. We will see a shift towards automation for, as I said, high volume, low complexity tasks. But humans will stay essential for empathy, for problem solving, for escalation. We are already seeing companies that over-automate, as you said with Klarna, and work things back. The future is not about replacing people. It's supporting people to do the jobs better and faster.
Okay. Well, talking about doing their job better and faster, what are maybe some coming, emerging trend you see in AI-powered customer care, and what could be some of the things you think are overrated and it's just noise?
What excites me, I would say the rise of flows. Flows, seamless workflows, combining automation, AI copilot, and human oversight. That's not the future. Huh? That's what we're building right now. What's overrated? I think full automation, for sure. It sounds great on the paper, in theory, but in practice, it breaks. And when brands rely 100% on automation, there is something, they lose touch with customer pain. And when you lose touch with customer pain, and when we stop feeling the pain, you stop finding. You stop trying to solve the root causes.
Okay, talking about this pain, I don't think AI can feel pain. So do you actually think that someday in the future, AI will replace support agents or not?
I think AI will definitely replace some agents, specifically those who only do repetitive tasks, okay, that don't add real value. But for all the other ones, for the best agents, AI becomes a superpower. It makes them feel, it makes them faster, sharper, and more consistent. So yes, it will. Some agents will disappear, that's for sure. But overall, we are going to see a shift, not a wipeout, and the best agents will be so much better.
I completely agree with your vision on support, because it's one of the few tasks in a company where we can't really completely rely on something else or someone else to do it, because it's one of the base of will your product succeed or not, your capacity to get the feedback from the customer fast and to ensure that, okay, you can solve it for them and they had a good experience with you. That's how they will stick with your company. And so I'm 100% with you here. Florian, I have two last questions for you now. I ask them to every founder I bring on Founders by Leads. The first one is the elevator pitch. So you have 60 seconds. Pitch me Achilles.
Okay. Achille.ai reinvents customer service with a hybrid model. We have expert human agent plus generative AI. It drafts or automates replies, learns from every answer, and delivers fast, brand-aligned support.
Amazing. Should I give you some money to invest now, or?
Okay, let's talk after.
not in front of the cameras, of course. I have one last question. Who are maybe one or two founders you think are building something great and I should interview them on the pod?
I would love to hear founders who are like rethinking operational heavy industries. Maybe someone from Penny Lane. Penny Lane, they created their own accounting firm to create the best tech software. So there is a parallel with Achille, and I would love to
hear them here.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, 100%. I'm definitely going to shoot them a message and hope one of the co-founders is willing to come on the podcast. Well, thank you, Florian, for taking the time to answer those questions. I truly think your approach is quite smart in an industry that is overflooded, and you are solving the pain in a different way, which for me is the right way of solving that pain. So thank you for having took the time to stay with me today.
It was a pleasure, man. Thank you.
If you enjoyed this episode, do not hesitate to like the video, drop a comment, or reshare it with a friend. If you want to follow Florian's journey, I'm going to share the link to the website in the description of the video and the link to his LinkedIn profile. And if you want to learn more about Founders by Leads or Leads, check the link in the comments. See you guys.